Good evening, viewers. My name is Pretzle, and today we're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Continuing from where we last left off with our Snaky Constance Roosevelt game, I had just taken these other two cities on this small chain of islands down here, and will probably be moving on to these barbarian cities next. Because, well, what else is there to do? I'm not going to proceed with Stalin. I'm going to make peace with him, assuming I can, because I don't really want to be at war with him whilst nuclear weapons are an option, and I don't have a defense against nuclear weapons being used on me. So I'm going to make peace and then declare war again once I've got the SDI up and ready. As well as, you know, a nuclear arsenal built already. I've also been building some infrastructure, workboats in particular, to recover these two fish tiles, to feed cities and buff Sid Sushi back to where it should be. On the subject of that, it is worth noting that I have not had any turns of having Wall Street present in Philadelphia. Reason for that, of course, is because it was taken right before I had a chance to build it in the first instant. Fuck you, Stalin. And that has deprived me of 160 odd wealth per turn because of how widespread Sid Sushi and Mining Inc. are. So I'm going to see if I can make peace with Stalin. And look at that, I can. Good. What does he suggest? I don't care about divine rights, so let's get 310 gold and 15 gold per turn for at least 10 turns. World map update is nice. I'm not giving you Philadelphia or any of your cities back. Not that I can. Peace deals are only one way. Only one side can offer tribute to the other. It's not an exchange thing. So I'm gonna ask for this deal. Make peace, excellent. And I suppose I should really adjust what I'm doing in all my cities, because I don't need this many tanks. How many tanks do I have? Combat type unit type, that's correct, good. I have armored units, 24 tanks, spread out across various things. Various coastal cities. And that is roughly where I want them, I think. I could do with a tank in Baltimore. Do I have any spare tanks? I do, yes, okay. Let's take this tank over to Baltimore then. Denver, does Denver have a tank? Denver does not have a tank. Denver can have this tank. Atlanta has a tank. Houston has a problem, I mean a tank. Buffalo and Izankanak do not have tanks. Buffalo can have a tank. Izankanak can actually have 2 tanks and a mobile artillery, as well as probably a couple more tanks. I'm going to keep applying cultural pressure from Izankanak, at the very least so I can take Yokib in a single turn by applying pressure to this tile. I doubt very much that I will be able to culturally flip Yokib, especially given how long it's taken to just flip these two, which hasn't happened yet, and how long it took to actually flip Izankanak. Hopefully, Izamal and Zama will flip in a single turn. Or will flip soonish before I start nuking everyone. If not, then I'll just have to take them by hand and not have to endure much in the way of revolt in these cities, because they're already culturally dominantly me. Which is nice. Right, so production queues. Tanks. New York can finish off the tank it's doing, and then since it has a dry dock, it can build a load of submarines, since I don't have enough of those to finish off everyone. Boston can just build paratroopers, since again I don't have quite enough of them. Chicago has some infrastructure left to build, so Mall, Confucian Temple, Colosseum, and hospital, I think. We'll see what it can do after that. Seattle, San Francisco is fine. Los Angeles is fine. Houston. Yeah, Build Mount Rushmore whilst it's on my mind in Washington. And then Houston. I don't know what I want Houston to do. Yeah, Houston can finish off its tank and then build more paratroopers as well. That's fine. No, you already have a hospital and you're looking unhealthy as is. Alright, Portland. Paratroopers, you're inland, you obviously don't have a dry dock. St. Louis doesn't have a dry dock, and is, And I could afford to have one, absolutely, but I'd still rather not. Just build paratroopers. Miami can... Actually, Miami can keep building mobile artillery and tanks, with a slight emphasis on the mobile artillery. I'm going to set Miami to have a waypoint at Izankanak in that case, because it's useful to have someone to keep doing that. I am going to need a little bit of stuff going there. Buffalo. Buffalo again actually can keep on building the tanks, that's fine. I'll set up the waypoints to Izankanak again. Nothing else, I need some more coastal defense anyway. Detroit, battleships is fine. New Orleans, Malden, paratrooper. No, actually, you have some more infrastructure to do after that. Taos Temple, Colosseum, because happiness is lacking somewhat. War weariness is not a cause for that, so don't bother building jails, but a hospital would help, I would expect. And that'll have to do, I think. I don't care about anything further. Baltimore. Well, Baltimore can build a customs house, why not? No, it's not getting any foreign trade. Yeah, Baltimore doesn't need a customs house in that case. You do, however, need a bank. Colosseum, Temple, Bank. Observatory. Observatory, hospital. That'll do. What's next? Sarmatian's building a workboat and then battleships. Denver's building the Manhattan Project and then probably the SDI. Cincinnati is building infrastructure. And Zankanek is building infrastructure, as is everything else afterwards. Okay, so that's fine. There's not much else we can do this turn. I am just going to end it here in that case, I think. Yep, end turn. Alright, okay, so Stalin will sign open borders. Are you serious? Apparently so. Accept your deal. Now... No, okay, fine. Actually, on that note... No, okay, fine. Yeah, give me, No, fish is definitely more valuable. And then, for wheat, give me clam. And that's delightful. Okay. Right, so now Zitsushi is better, and hopefully not everyone is dying. We have a workboat constructed here. I remember that. And is the workboat I just built here. Workboat I just built there is going towards that fish there. Good. Okay, so you can sentry there. You can sentry there. You sentry there. SNV Foxtrot. Good question on that front, actually. I'm gonna put the SNV Foxtrot on the oil tile, because I believe that's the best place for it at the moment. Let's get some reconnaissance done over in this direction. Okay, fine. Jeez. That's a somewhat rare sight, barbarian rifleman. I always find that rather amusing. Kind of because it is amusing. Barbarian riflemen are a thing that just shouldn't happen. That's not a phenomenon that should be seen in the game. Regardless, whatever. I am gonna... And I suppose I may as well take that city, right? I don't think I'll keep it, but I'll take it. Air bomb. Airstrike. And then that gives me sight in Saxon. Same again. Although I would expect Ragnar is about to take that. Although he's probably been about to take that for many, many turns. So where can these bombers go? There's not much point sticking them on these barbarian cities for very long. So I'm just going to stick them up here in Zankanek on Pakal's border, so I have an easier look at taking him when I eventually get around to doing that. These guys still need a turn to pacify, so I'm going to send that guy to Orenburg. Going to load up this transport with couple of, or the remaining Navy SEALs. And I guess my Super Scout as well. Sentry that tank there, sentry that tank there. This battleship wants to be camped on that city there. And if I have one that can do so, I'd like to airdrop a tank. Is that not something I can do? Does... Oh, Boston's already airlifted a unit. Alright, well I'll do that next turn then. Use it still, use entry. Yeah, I'd like to airlift a tank over to Khabarovsk to defend that more thoroughly than a Navy SEAL can. And Caesar's no longer willing to trade. Why not? We don't want to start trading away this technology just yet. What's your... What? Also, I'm buying your clam for my cow. And gold per turn, apparently. Okay. Are you actually at war with Thingy still? Nope. Good. Excellent. See what people want. Surrey Varman hates me because I bribed Thingy into war with him. Wait, so Augustus Caesar doesn't have cow anymore? Jeez. Pakal really ate into his territory. Pakal, how about you give me a map? You don't like me enough for that. Okay. Fine, screw you. Caesar, how about you give me a map? You like me enough, right? Yeah, could you spare this for a good friend? That's good, right? Yeah, he took a lot. Caesar really took a beating in that war. Jeez. I feel sorry for him. Oof. I should not have pushed him into war with Surrey of Armon there. And then, well, into war with Pakal, because that was the real thing all along. That sucks. Oh well, no worries. Does San Francisco have a waypoint set up? to Boston. San Francisco have an airport? No. Okay. Great. Where does have an airport? Other than Boston. Okay, nowhere. Boston is the most central airport for San Francisco. Does New York have an airport? No. Why have I built so few airports? When I thought I had put around so many. And why are cities running spy specialists? Cities should be hungry and not able to afford spy specialists in terms of the food they have. Sarmatian, stop working spies, run food. Much better. Okay. Izamal, flip to me. Sama, flip to me, for God's sake. Do I need to do something with spies to make that happen? That seems quite likely, actually. Okay, so tech order really doesn't matter at this point, I just want fusion. Or genetics, then fusion, in order to get the health bonus in all my cities, and then the free Great Engineer, although what a fat lot of good the Great Engineer will do for me. I'm just going to end the turn here. Alright, as expected, Orenburg kind of sucks in the first instance. It is starving, and with Sitsushi it is not starving. Good. Okay. Work that, and then okay, fine. Do recon there. Great. You guys sleep in that city. You go to Boston. I'll skip your turn in a moment. Once I've airlifted this tank to Khabarovsk. Okay, then I'm gonna double airstrike Numidian and get what should be fairly good combat odds. In fact, incredibly good combat odds. 90. Oh, there we are, that's a flat 99.9% odds battle, rather than a greater than 99.9% odds battle. Hooray. 99.8% odds. Jeez. And greater than 99.9% odds. Great. Now there's only 2 units in there, a rifleman and a worker. And unless there's like some good buildings in here, I'm just going to raise the city. I see a granary in there. What looks like a barracks. Not very good at making out these building models, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Saxon. I see the granary. No barracks in that one, although there's probably something else in there. And I still fully expect Ragnar to take that. I'm tempted actually to build another settler. Not like it'll take me long, 2 turns. I'm sure I have some transport sitting around that I could move onto that island with. Yeah, I do. Alright. So let's get that transport moved over there. The waypoint from Seattle to Boston cancelled. Settler built. And then Numidian taken. So I can get that shit done straight away. Combat 1, Sentry. And Fortify. And Fortify. And skip turn. Okay, now this tank wants to go where? Where doesn't have good coastal defences? Everywhere does at this point, I think. Sarmatian? Sarmatian does not. Sarmatian barely counts, but Sarmatian does not. So let's send a tank up to Sarmatian. Otherwise, Los Angeles is working a spy. Don't do that, Los Angeles. Just don't do that. You could do me the favour of growing more slowly, though. That I would like. Please grow more slowly. That workboat goes up to there to help feed Baltimore. That workboat goes there to help feed Detroit. Then, skip turn, or end turn. Close to superconductors now. Gonna turn down the research on this one though. Oh. UN election diplomatic victory. Requires 804 of 1297 total votes. I'm gonna vote for me on that one, even though it's very unlikely I'll win. Please tell me Pakal does not have the votes required to win that. Good. That is good. Pakal is the only one who's going to vote for Pakal. Admittedly, I am the only one going to vote for me. Everyone else will abstain. That is the diplomatic victory vote that Pakal just called there, because Pakal's a prick. Let's call an airstrike on Numidian again. And apparently I could only do one, so let's do an air bomb now to get rid of the 1% defensive bonus it had. So take drill 3, I suppose. And you can attack so you get the experience point. Surya Varman's completed the Apollo program. And I get a granary and lighthouse out of Numidian. And as said, I am just going to raise it. So I can resettle it on there, a vastly superior city site because it gets the food to work. I'm gonna move over that way, and then there. Can move the Navy SEAL into the ship next turn. Skip there. Probably the best way of doing things. Did that Navy SEAL take any damage? No? Good. Am I able to hit Numidian from here? Hit Saxon from here? Nope. Okay, so that'll be some hard damage on that, I suppose. Which is a bit of a shame. Actually, no. I can rebase in Thingy, can't I? In Ragnar land. Which is nice. So yeah, send Bomber 3 over to there. That's something I always forget about. I'm automating the workers, aren't I? That's nice. Right, so that transport can sleep. Paratrooper can fortify. Tank can sentry. Navy SEAL can fortify for now. Settler can sit still. Fishing boat can create fish. This battleship can go over up there onto that fish tile. This battleship can go over there onto that crab tile. Sentry. Take combat 1. And then the same can be done on this guy. Take combat 1, sentry. I am 5 turns away from Manhattan Project being finished. I am working spies in cities that should not be working spies and should instead be working... Oh my god, why aren't you working the bloody town tiles, which are vastly superior to anything else you have. Like, don't even run engineers, run the bloody town tiles, Jesus Christ. I know you don't want to grow, but damn, just run the good tiles, please. And there's another thing I can do, actually. I have transport sitting around, don't I? Do I have any over here? On the side of the map? Nope. Okay, well I'm going to grab a transport from one of these cities and move it up here so I can make use of a worker. You go to yeah, go to New Orleans or something. Then this worker, once it's done what it's doing, which is building a farm for some reason. Oh yeah, to help the irrigation chain. Good call. Yeah, you finish building the farm, then go over to wherever I sent the ship. Or wherever I will be sending the ship again. Game crashed. Hooray. Love this game. Well, we are getting somewhere slowly with it. So it's something. Vote for me for diplomatic victory. Fortify, sleep. Oh, we get to take the city again, that's nice. It was this guy because he gets the experience. Yep, burn the city, get 83 gold, hooray, go there. Nope, go there. Queue up an action to go there. Sit still, sit still, sit still. Move the bomber into Ragnar land. Automate this worker. This transport can sit still, but this transport can go over here to New Orleans. This worker can finish building the farm. You fortify, you don't fortify. I need you to be alert next turn. Oh no, I need you to be airlifted to bloody Orenburg. This transport can sit still for a turn because it has the settler that wants to move onto it. This battleship wants to take combat 1 and go onto the fish. This battleship wants to take combat 1 and go onto the crab, and then the sentry. These fuckers also want to go to Ragnar land, and I just realised I didn't do the thing again with riflemen, but oh well. Where does that leave us then? One turn away from superconductors as before, and I don't care about turning my research down. I'm gonna change these bloody cities running spies to run good things, like not spies. And, you know, town tiles, so you actually get me commerce. Not that I need commerce as much as I need production at the moment, but I don't care. I like commerce anyway. Commerce is nice. Now you will notice here, Orenburg is unhappy because it yearns to join the motherland. There are two ways you can get rid of that penalty. Number one, you increase your civilization's share of culture in a city to greater than 50%. Or you can eliminate the civilization that it once belonged to and commit genocide. Because when you do that, you culture is rebalanced in the city to completely eliminate the culture that the city once belonged to. So yeah, you are committing genocide by doing that. That's nice, isn't it? Right? Isn't that lovely? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Moving on. Let's actually have this transport come out one, so the settler can just move onto it straight away, and I'm slightly closer. Whether I need to be or not is another matter entirely, but we'll see. So I'm gonna get one more turn in, I think. Superconductors get.
What is happening? The feeling that power is growing and that resistance is overcome.
Right, so superconductors primarily gives you SS thrusters, the spaceship part, and allows you to build laboratories, which you want to build in any city that you are intending to build spaceship parts because of the plus 50% spaceship production. Of course you need observatories to build them, but that's nice. So thankfully Picard did not win the leadership election, as anticipated. Caesar voted for me, apparently. That's nice, thank you Caesar. Unlike you though, I won't constantly remember that for no adequately explored reason. The submarines want to be going to Boston, just like everything else. This guy wants to take Combat 3 and move on to the ship. The ship wants to be going to Saxon, and then sit still for a turn. Bombers want to be, in the first instance, bombing Saxon, and then secondarily airstriking Saxon to weaken the units. And then, since I will quite comfortably be able to win, let's take Drill 3. And take the marginally higher combat odds at 99.9% instead of 99.4%. I'm actually going to just do all 3 next turn. Spread Mining Ink to Orenburg. Let's get this settler moving to over here. Should be able to settle in 3 turns then. Oh, I can build railroads outside of my borders. That I was not aware of. Sleep the tank. Sleep the tank. Fortify paratrooper. And tech-wise, genetics is definitely the next one I want to go to, because plus 3 health in all cities is a very nice bonus. Then we want fusion for the free great engineer, and then probably just future tech because I don't care about mech-inf missile cruisers. Or anything that advanced flight or stealth offers. Just not stuff I need. Future tech is quite nice because every level of future tech you get, plus 1 health in all cities, plus 1 happiness in all cities. So that is a thing. Now, how far ahead is Pakal getting? And how close is he to getting a spaceship done? He is able to build a docking bay, apparently. Not a life support, even though I thought the life support was available with genetics. Nope. Life support is available with ecology, which I thought he had. No, ecology he doesn't have. Okay, what else does he have? Cockpit is robotics. Nope, cockpit is fiber optics. Fiber optics, which he doesn't have. Docking bay is... Where is docking bay? It's not robotics. I must be blind because I'm not seeing the docking bay anywhere. Here's an idea, Pretzle. Have a look in the Civilopedia. Why don't I do that? Docking bay, satellites. Right, so we should be able to build a docking bay. Why hasn't he built a docking bay? Oh no, he can build a docking bay, that's why he's red. Okay, the engine's fusion and the casing. Casing is composites, right? Yeah, and he doesn't have composites. Okay. So that's what that is. He is able to research everything, so to get there he needs composites, fiber optics, and ecology, and fusion. And those are the only other techs he needs. Which is rather unfortunate. That is, means he's getting very close to, well, everything really. Surrey of Armand still thinks I am his worst enemy. And Izankanak is running a spy when it shouldn't be. Izankanak should be... running an engineer, actually. After that, have theatre, actually. Then a mall. Then university. No. Yeah, actually, university, because mall provides health and food. Then aqueduct. And that'll do for now. Very tempting to squeeze in another turn, but we have reached what should be the end of this episode. So, Izamal and Zama still haven't switched. In the meantime, I am gonna look up what is actually required for those to switch, because there must be a reason why they haven't yet. I may actually need to use spies to spread culture. That might be all I need to do. In which case I'll do that. Do I have any spies around? Combat type, unit type, spies. I do have one spy around. He is currently sitting in Zankanek. Sorry, that made a weird grunt the first time round. It's probably playing multiple sound effects at once. Alright, well, whatever. So I'll have a look at that in the meantime, and look at taking Saxon and settling the city here for no reason, and getting closer to annihilating the world in future episodes. Alright, thank you for watching. I have been, and shall continue to be, Pretzle. If you like the video, please like the video, and feel free to stick around for more. In the meantime, enjoy the music, and don't forget to be awesome.